What's going on, everybody? It's Ms. Mara, and we're back on the rails again with more British steam. This time we're going from Glasglow Central to Carstairs, platform number 1. Last time I drove the GWR Grange. This time I'm driving the King class, King Edward the IV. It's a random king every time you get on. Sometimes it's King Henry, sometimes it's King whoever. And we got some coaches. 10 of them all together. Well, 9 if you don't count the guard car at the end. So, I don't know if I need the headlamp or not in the daytime. I don't know how British Steam works with that. So, I just don't have it on. But regardless, we are going... It's gonna take us a minute to get out of this yard. Well, it's not a yard, it's a passenger convoluted thingamadig. So it's gonna take us a little while. All the switches. It's like a yard for passenger trains, I guess. I don't know what the official words would be for a passenger yard, if there's different words at all. So one thing I wanted to mention is, at the time that this video is uploaded, unless something drastically goes wrong between the recording and the uploading, I should have started streaming on Twitch by this time. And my Twitch name is the same as my YouTube name, Ms. Mara Plays. And I feel like streaming, it has to be the way. Like, it has to be the way that I can do long train trips, long airplane flights, long trips with my semi-truck and American truck. It's the only way to really do it, because these YouTube videos, I don't want to make like hour-and-a-half long YouTube videos. That's something I feel like is best for streaming, when you can stream for 2 or 3 hours, you know? So, at the time that this goes live, and maybe even a day before, or 2 days before, I'm not sure how my upload scheduling is right now, I should have started streaming. And then I can finally do long trips and not like scramble my brain trying to find really short train trips to do. Because it's really hard to find like a freight train route that's only like half an hour. You know what I mean? It's just not how it works with trains. The only reason why I can get away with that in an American truck is because the game's not built to scale. It's built to on a 130, I think it's 130 scale. So like 400 miles in American truck, which would be a typical all-day drive for a trucker, I can do in like half an hour, because it's not built to scale, and the time is faster. Train sim and flight sim don't work that way. They are 1-to-1, real world size, real world time. So streaming is the only way. And we are pretty much out of here. We just need to Just need to get on this final stretch and then we'll be good to go. Ding, ding, ding. That bell reminds me so much of something I heard when I was a kid. I don't remember what it is. I want to say it's a sound that I heard at the fairgrounds on a ride or something. It just sounds so familiar. Alright, we're almost ready to rumble. There we go. This train goes a lot faster than the GWR Grange. It's got, well, I don't know the specifications, but obviously it's got more torque and more horsepower because I can pull more cars and go, you know, 10, 15 mile an hour faster top speed. So something's going on. I do know it's got a bigger boiler. It's got more boiler pressure because the Grange only has like 225 at the most. This thing goes up to 250. So that's obviously probably a lot to do with it. I know we're getting close to top speed when it starts to make sounds like that. It starts to make a whooshy sound. Now, of course, our top speed's going to go back down when it starts adding water, because I'm going to have to lower the throttles so that the steam pressure doesn't, so there's not more steam pressure than water going in. Otherwise, we'll just lose horsepower, so it's better to just let the throttle go than to let the boiler pressure go down. And at about 70% water, I think it'll start adding, or maybe, I'm not sure, different engines have different thresholds. This one might be 65%, but most of them seem to be about 70. We'll see what it does. This is not the full length of this route. The full length is like over 100 miles, and I didn't want to make a super long video, so I should cut it short. Oh, we got a sharp turn here, but it says the top speed's 80. I'm up there. Okay, it's adding water now. So, well, it's adding water pretty fast. I might only have to let off the throttle a little bit. Oh, maybe we won't lose that much speed. taxi cab. Yeah, this is the more modern version of this route with the electric lines and things. There's an older version. But I don't... I like it, but I don't like it. The more modern one, you can definitely go faster because the turns are not as sharp as are most electric routes. They have much more elongated turns because the electric trains are going faster. Plus, in the real world, it's not actually uncommon in certain parts of the world to see a steam engine going down an electric route. It just depends on what country you're in. Alright, water's finished. We can throttle it up all the way. I think we've pretty much hit our top speed. About 75 miles an hour. Because if I lower the reverser any more, then I'm not really gaining much. And the water, the boiler pressure is... It's fighting me at 240 right now. We're on even ground. So yeah, the fact that we're on even ground, well not anymore, we're on a slight incline now, but the fact that we were on even ground, and the fact that we were going about 75, 76, and boiler pressure was about, you know, staying where it was, that's pretty much the top speed given what we're pulling right now. Couldn't get it to go no faster if I tried. Now if we were going downhill, then obviously gravity would give us a push. But that is not the case right now. We are on a slight incline, so if anything we're going to slow down to probably 70 or so before it's over. I think I got the controls in a pretty good sweet spot at the moment. Because we're gaining pressure, but not too much. As long as we're gaining, that's what matters. Until of course it hits the maximum, it has to release some, but that's normal. The incline gets a little steeper. You know, I didn't set it to where my train was the only one, but I haven't seen nothing. Must just be one of those routes where there's not any NPC spawnings no matter what you do. Which on one hand, those are nice, because then you don't have to worry about any wrecks. But on the other hand, it takes some immersion out, because what, like I'm the only train operating today? That didn't make any sense. Looks like we're going to level out here in a minute as we come up on the Motherwell platform. Aw, it's stupid. I hate when that happens. Because the game doesn't always make the traffic stop. Takes immersion away. Oh well. Alright, coming through. Water should stop any second now. And we should be able to go back to full throttle. Well, maybe it's going to get to 90%. We'll see. Yep, 90%. Alright, back to full throttle. Oh, that's a bad view. You never know where it's gonna put you. I've been put underneath the ground. Were those kids? Or were they just glitched in the ground? They look like teenagers, but I don't think they are in this game. I think they were just glitched in the ground. That's funny. Oh, we're back on another incline. I love steam trains, but the hills are not their friend. At least not when you're trying to maintain a high speed, they're not. But I guess that goes with any train. It's just with a steam engine it's more difficult to maintain. At least in my experience it is, because of the water situation. Diesels don't have that complication. They can just go full throttle the whole way and, you know, they'll slow down on the hill, but they won't have to deal with boiler pressure. Oh, why did my warning light go off? There's a speed reduction to 60 coming up in about a mile. But I saw the little warning light come on. I found out the hotkey for that is the Q button. So if anybody plays this and doesn't know, the hotkey for disabling the warning thing is the Q button. You don't always have to mouse over and click it. Yep, there it goes. Q button. Alright, I guess we can throttle down here. Since we're going to be over speed by the time we actually get to the speed zone. Throttle all the way down. Oh, we're leaning. We be leaning. Okay. Making a right turn. I thought we were gonna go straight. We're making a right turn. Speed limit's gonna go back up to 80 and 90. So we'll be. This thing's not going 80, so we're plenty good there. Ow, and the water kicks on just as I'm about to go full throttle again. Well, we can throttle up until it decides it doesn't want to. We're going a lower speed than we were, so we should be fine. Really? Pole's right in the way. I think for a train like this, I got just the right number of cars. I suppose I could add more for like a really long passenger train, but typically more than this and you go past the platform. I don't like to go past the platform if I can help it. Although the one we're stopping at, I'm not sure what the platform size is. On one hand, it feels weird driving such an old engine on a modern route with modern technology, but on the other hand, it's really nice. It's like a blast from the past. Ah, this is a nice camera here. This is a nice view up on the hillside. It does this one a lot. Like the over the bridge kind of can. I kind of wish it didn't, because it's not my preferred one. Wow, those houses are on a slant. How can you build a house on a slant like that? You'd be sideways in your living room. We are approaching 6 miles out from our destination. Whoops. Cows. Are they moving? Or are they just static? It's hard to tell. Probably just static. That is a very, wow, very yellow field. That is some bright grass. Huh. I'm not a farmer, so I don't know like what that is. I have played Farming Simulator before, but I didn't retain much information. I retained more information about the equipment than the farm itself. Alright, we are getting ready to go downhill, so I don't need the throttle anymore. I'm going to start needing the brake. Well, let's see how much it coasts with all the weight pushing down. We're not going steep enough. We're only going 189 step. We need to go at least like 100 step or 130 step maybe for it to really be effective. So just turning the throttle back on. But we won't have to have the throttle on as strongly, I don't think. Oh, now we're back to even ground. Okay. Well, whatever. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing. I do, but I don't. I've been playing this game since I think 2016, I think. It's a shame that it's not your typical game that gets graphical improvements every couple years or something. It's the same graphics that it had before. Oh, that was surprising. I was not paying attention. I'm too used to American ones. I don't drive British Steam very much. Or if I do, I'll drive a British Steam on an American route. But occasionally I'll drive an American locomotive on a British route, which is always interesting. We are less than 2 miles out, so we should be... I would have to think... Yep, there's the station right there. On the bottom ticker tape thing. So... go ahead and throttle off, I think. And we'll just let it coast for a second. Such a beautiful train. The blue on the coaches is a little bit off color from the engine itself. I really wish they weren't, but hey, you know, I'd rather have a little bit of off color than a completely different color. So I guess I should start applying the brake. Because we are fast approaching. There's our warning. There is no bell on this engine, so... I think that's a pretty good... Oh! ran past it just a hair. Just a hair. Oh, there we go. Hey, that's good. Alright. Let the passengers out. Hey, I hit the button. How come you're not? I hit the button. Oh, they're back here. Well, how come there's nobody up here? That's weird. It opened the ones back here, but it didn't open the ones up here. They're the same coaches. Oh well. Things happen. But that is the end of this one. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, and for future videos on trains, trucks, and airplanes, feel free to follow my channel and subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.